Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than I've done the rest of the week. Obviously this is not what I would call a wearable look on an everyday basis. Today I took a lot of inspiration from the shade Filter in this palette, and I'm only using the Venus 2 palette by the way, but I took a lot of inspiration from the shade Filter, which is this blue shade. It just kind of inspired me to do I don't know, like a Debbie Harry inspired look. If you're not sure who Debbie Harry is, she is otherwise known as Blondie, like a punk band from the 70s, early 80s. She was the front person, and she wore her makeup very, I don't know, her makeup was just incredible. But yeah, this is kind of my interpretation, my take on that style of makeup. I totally did not intend for it to go down this path where I was just like full on like putting everything on my face the way she might have. And I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Like, you know, this is definitely a more like Mimi kind of look, Mimi from the Drew Carey Show kind of look, but it's extremely like hardcore in its own way. So, all right guys, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with Filter. This is a really interesting shade. When I first got this palette, I was like, this sucks. I was basically like, who cares about this shade? Then I saw like the finish. The finish is pretty crazy. I'm just gonna put like a tiny bit of it down, kind of like all over my lid. I've already primed my eyes. Just gonna put it all over my lid, tiny little bit in the crease, just to have something there. I've just been wanting to use this blue. Like my two least used shades in this palette are Filter and Boot, which is the blue and the sparkly black. So I wanted to do this, and when I look at this blue, I think of course, Blondie, Debbie Harry. Like, this is Blondie blue. Like, as soon as I see it, that's what I think of. So I'm just taking this Real Techniques, this like flat shading brush or just shading brush, and I'm gonna pack that blue all over the inner part of my eye. Now, I'm making mine, I'm not gonna say this is wearable, I am changing it up a bit, because Blondie's would go generally like up into her crease and like onto the bottom of her brow bone here. I'm gonna keep mine on my lid and just blend out the edges. Taking it about 2/3 of the way across my eyelid here. I'm actually going to use this same brush. If it has a little bit of blue left on it, honestly, it just really doesn't matter, because this look is obviously not perfect. I don't know, like there's a definite like style and a definite design, but it's just not perfect. So I'm going to take this shading brush again and just kind of cover the tip of it in the black eyeshadow. And I'm actually going to map out the wing kind of shape that she has. And basically what I'm doing is, if you can see this line right here that kind of goes from the outer corner bottom part of my eyelash line to the top, you can kind of see where my wrinkles kind of basically going to draw a line connecting those two lines. With my eye completely open, just looking into it, and that's how I'm going to get my shape. And then I'm just going to cut inward here, still with my eye open. I'm going to get my shape down before I open my eye and start doing the rest of the blending. Now I'm going to just pack the shadow onto my brush here a little bit and pack it onto the outer part of my lid. And the shape I'm making here, I'm kind of going on a diagonal, if you can see. And then the rest of it's going to go upward like that. Just kind of going on a diagonal here. Now I'm going to do some blending before I go back in and re-intensify the black. I'm going to take this little Morphe brush, the Morphe M506, going into blue, the Filter shade in the palette. And now I'm actually going to take this blue over top of that black line just a little bit. Basically using that blue to blend out the top of that black there. This is what I've got so far. I'm going to go back in with the black. I'm just going to take this same brush I've been using this little Morphe brush. Then I'm gonna look down into my mirror here and drag this shape out a little bit. Blondie's was like super messy. Mine's only gonna be like half as messy. And then I'm gonna rub the side of my brush using the side of my bristles to blend these two colors together. A little bit of blue, go back and forth with it as I need to. That's the gist of it right there. Foundation time. For foundation, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild MegaCushion foundation. Just can't get into like crevices with that Real Techniques cushion thing. This is so much better. Now I actually have a new concealer to try out. I tried it on my eyes to prime them and it was amazing. I got this concealer, the Makeup Revolution, the one everybody's freaking out about, the one that Alyssa Ashley has been talking about. I got two shades. I got C1 and C2. Let's see how this is gonna go. I mean, it feels awesome. Like I said, I've only used it to prime my eyes. I might come out with like a full review of it once I've had time to kind of check it out, but it's almost moussey. I love the texture of it. It just glides on. This beauty blender is on its last leg. It's starting to get that memory foam feel. Ooh, that is light. Okay, so definitely gonna use the other shade probably from now on. It looks okay. It's kind of hard to blend out because I had to freaking fix my light, so it was like drying on my face while I was trying to get my light to come back on. But it looks kind of heavy. That could be because I don't generally put this much freaking concealer on. I didn't realize how, I don't know. This is definitely one of those concealers where you don't need to do what I just did. I can see why people are calling it a Shape Tape dupe. I can totally see why they're calling it a Shape Tape dupe. I'm gonna set it with this Kat Von D setting powder, even though it doesn't really look like it needs to be set, so I'm gonna tread lightly here. Looks pretty good, I think. What do you guys think? Let me know. Packaging is incredible though. Check it out. It's like rose gold and like fancy and like heavy and nice. Yeah, I like this concealer. If I was super into full coverage currently, which I might be in the future, I change my mind all the time. I would probably, this would be like my go-to, but I might have to be careful with it. Makeup Revolution knew what they were doing with this one. It just so happened that it came out at like the right time. I wonder if they were like, guys, now is the time to release this concealer. It's like Shape Tape was already dying and like Makeup Revolution just like twisted the knife. That's what this concealer is. Like if this is normally your style where you love this like under eye, like complete like, take that black again, boot, little e.l.f. smudge brush here. And just barely kind of touch it to my outer corner. Just obviously connecting it to this line here, but just kind of barely touching it here. Just gonna wipe that brush off and use the same one. I'm gonna go into the blue again and put that on my inner corner right here. And also kind of dragging it into the black. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. This isn't about precision. I'm gonna be using the same kind of technique I used in one of my other videos this week. I think it was day 2 where I did like the fake eyelash band where it looks like I'm wearing like a fake lash band. That is going to be pretty key to this. First I'm going to do my waterline and my tight line here. I've already curled my lashes. I did that before I even started my eyes. Alright, so now the fake lash band. If you didn't see my other video on this, basically I fill in every little space between my lashes. So I'm just going to draw a line over top of my lashes, but I'm not gonna get, I mean it can be thick, but I'm basically just gonna be outlining my eye. I'm not gonna take a big wing. Just gonna make sure that I'm connecting my bottom eyeliner to the top. So I've got almost like an almond shape drawn with my eyeliner. Again, I'm just exaggerating my own eye shape. I'm not doing a wing here. Gonna make sure I get the inner corners here. Alright, now for mascara. I'm gonna make sure I get pretty thick coat, like really close to my lash line, so I can kind of fan them out. I'm gonna keep it off of my inner lashes a bit. I'm gonna concentrate just on the outer just because I want that fan effect. That is about all I'm gonna do to the eyes, so hope you like it. Finishing off the face. Definitely gonna contour today. Not something I do on a regular basis, but since I am going for the Debbie Harry look, I'm gonna contour. Just gonna use this little contour shade. It's an eyeshadow. I'm gonna do kind of a low contour and bring it pretty far in. Committed to this Debbie Harry look. Carving out Debbie Harry cheekbones on a Thursday night. Now I'm gonna use blush, lots of blush. Kind of keeping it low though. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it low, in line with that contour, and bring it all the way up. I'm really committed to this look that I didn't think I was going to commit to. I'm gonna use this Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter because it is super light, and that's what I want right now. It's a really light highlight because I need to bring it down. I need to bring it down here and kind of under my orbital bone. I'm basically trying to draw on a different face shape on my face. And now, to give it more of a sheen, but still kind of take it down to a more natural tone, I'm gonna take Becca's Moonstone over it. Added like a nice like glow. Take a little bit of my bronzer and try to use it to blend my contour in with my blush a little better here. A more smooth transition so I don't have like that stripe effect, the Neapolitan ice cream effect going on my face. Alright, original lip color, change my mind about it. I'm gonna use this Kat Von D Lovecraft instead. Put a little lip gloss over it to nude it out a bit instead of have it so pink. I'm gonna do my brows off camera because I'm just gonna do them the way I always do them. Well, this was quite the journey. I did not plan on turning into Mimi from the Drew Carey show tonight, and yet here we are, 11 o'clock on a Thursday night. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I know it was a little bit different than what I've been doing this week. I have been trying to stick to more wearable looks, but you know, take some inspiration from it if you want to. You know, don't drag out the shadow so far. Keep just a little bit of blue on the inner part, a little bit of black on the outer part, and then you can actually just wear blue eyeshadow and pull it off without worrying too much about whether or not you look like Mimi. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber and want to be, just hit the subscribe button on your way out, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.